Imagine walking into a doctor's office and walking out weaker, paler, and with a blood-soaked cloth pressed to your arm. That was standard care for centuries. Bloodletting was one of the most enduring and deadly treatments in medical history. The belief illness came from imbalances in the four bodily humors: blood, phlegm, black, bile, and yellow bile. So, if you were sick, doctors simply drained the excess. Everyone from peasants to kings endured this brutal ritual. Special knives and even leech jars lined medical shelves. George Washington, in fact, was bled so extensively during his final illness that he lost nearly 40% of his blood and died shortly after. The irony: most people weren't cured. They were just too weak to keep fighting whatever had made them sick in the first place. Mercury, the shimmering liquid metal, beautiful, mysterious, and absolutely toxic. But for centuries, doctors believed mercury had the power to cure everything from skin conditions to syphilis. And it wasn't just applied externally. Patients ingested it, inhaled mercury vapors, and even received it rectally through mercury enemas. The side effects devastating. Patients would lose teeth, hair, and eventually their minds. Chronic mercury poisoning caused tremors, hallucinations, kidney failure, and death. Yet, for centuries, the horrific symptoms were often mistaken for signs of disease, not the treatment itself. If your head hurt in the Middle Ages, some doctors had a simple if horrifying solution: drill a hole in it. Trepanation, the practice of boring holes into the skull, was thought to relieve pressure, expel demons, or cure seizures and headaches. No anesthesia, no antiseptic, just chisels, hammers, and hope. Amazingly, some patients survived, the bone regrew, the pain faded, but many more died of infection, brain trauma, or blood loss. In some cultures, trepanation wasn't a last resort, it was a routine treatment. Today, archaeologists still find skulls with cleanly healed holes, a testament to a practice that sounds more like torture than medicine. What do you do if someone drowns? In 18th century England, the answer might have been blow tobacco smoke up their rectum. Yes, tobacco smoke enemas were once a legitimate medical treatment. The theory: the smoke would stimulate respiration and warm the body from the inside out. It was used to treat everything from near drowning to hernias and colds. The Royal Humane Society even installed resuscitation kits along the River Thames, complete with bellows and smoke tubes. Imagine that as today's version of a defibrillator. Eventually, doctors realized the practice didn't work and that tobacco smoke might be doing more harm than good. But for decades, desperate families trusted it with their loved ones' lives. Today, hospitals are where we go to get better, but in the past, they were often where you went to die. In the 18th and early 19th centuries, hospitals were overcrowded, filthy, and underfunded. There was little understanding of germs, and surgical tools were rarely clean. Doctors moved from patient to patient without washing their hands, often carrying infections with them. Childbirth wards were death traps. It wasn't until doctors like Ignaz Semmelweis insisted on hand-washing that maternal death rates began to fall. But before that, disease spread rapidly inside hospital walls. And if you were poor, forget treatment. You might be dumped in a communal ward and left to rot. It's easy to take modern medicine for granted, but not so long ago, cures were worse than the disease. The most horrifying treatments in medical history weren't born from cruelty, but from desperation, ignorance, and a deep desire to heal with the tools they had. These stories are more than medical oddities, they're a reminder of how far we've come, and how much suffering paved the way. If you found this dark side of history fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and explore more shocking medical stories from the past.